Lazy Man Prepper, and today we're going to finish up my knife build and build a sheath out of Kydex. So the two knives are done, the big one and the little one. I've already built the sheath for the little one, and today I'm going to try to build one for the big one. My cold steel knife has a compartment on the outside of the sheath that I added. I'm going to do a review on that someday. But with this one, I'm actually going to build the compartment right into the Kydex, and we're going to store an Altoids tin in there. What I've done already is taken a full sheet and cut it in half. What's going to happen, I used to bend them. You know, take the Kydex, heat it up, bend it, form it over the knife. But what I found is that if you cut them in half, or whatever size you need, and then I leave the back one flat, and I just form the front one over the knife. I think that gives a lot cleaner look. It allows you then to put the rivets on the along the edge, and I just prefer that right now. It's a lot easier too. You're only messing with one sheet. A lot of the pros that build stuff heat their Kydex up in either an oven or a specialized, not a specialized, but a specific oven just for that. I use a heat gun. Very pinpoint accuracy if you have to touch up something, and it does heat up a big piece if you have to. The shiny side is the inside, the textured side is the outside. So I'm just going to lay this here, heat it up, and then bend it over the Altoids tin. This actually still has Altoids in it. Just hold it for a little bit until it cools. Doesn't take long. And there we have the initial bend. That's the easy one. That fits pretty good. I'll probably have to change that up later, but for now, I'm not going all the way in. It just naturally formed right here. I'm going to go about 3/4 of the way in, so you can still grab the top of it and pull it out. This is attempt number one at flattening this end out. I got the one side clamped, I'm holding the other side, and I'm not really sure where the excess is going to bend to, but we'll figure that out. I think that'll work. All I need is something for it to hold the end in. So what I think I'm going to do is just cut this right off right here, and that tab on the bottom will keep it from falling out. Well, that worked pretty good. There is the Altoids tin holder for the sheath. I think it actually stays in there just like that. The lip, where is it? This part here is actually catching on it to hold it in there. Step one complete. I got this idea from Great Lakes Prepper. I put 2 layers of tape on both sides of the blade, so when I compress it, the Kydex will fit on this and the knife won't drag on the Kydex as it goes in and out. Great idea from Great Lakes Prepper. What I'm doing here, the knife's going to ride on the right hand side, and I want the front side to be flat to hold the Altoids tin. So I'm taking and forming the Kydex to the knife on the back side of the sheath. So now I'm going to notch these 2 corners. I don't know, there it is. I'm going to notch those corners because this part is going to hold the, there it is, the belt sheath, or the belt hanger. I just dropped my camera again. Stay to the end to watch that. So we're now down to the nitty-gritty. I got the backside formed in the shape of the knife that I'm really happy with. The other side, the front, I'm going to have it run up the handle just a little bit. So what I've done is put the Kydex in where it needs to be, the finished area, clamped it down. I'm going to heat up the bottom side, and I'm going to push the knife in, and it'll form that front side for the handle. It should slide out of there. Just like that. Happy, happy. Gonna be something like that. Obviously I'm going to trim all this up. And the back side shows the outline of the blade. Still got some trimming to do, but pretty happy with that. Let me do some recording before I get too ahead of myself. I just left Goodwill and I bought a belt. I bought several belts, but I bought a belt that looks like that. This is actually just a kid's belt. It's not very long, but what I wanted was the strap and the ends. So I took it apart, and I'm going to use this D-ring and the belt to make a dangler for his sheath. I left a little tab here on the, this is the imprinted side, the back side that rides against your hip, and I left a little tab at the top. I'm not sure if you guys know how modest and smart I am, but here's the dangler. Bent the tab over, put a rivet through it with the D-ring, took a loop of the fabric, and then I wanted to attach the two ends of the fabric together, and I wanted to use rivets. Well, this is nylon, and let me reiterate that I tried twice, because I didn't learn the first time, to drill the nylon belt, and it went through my drill. So I have a wood burner at home, but that would just right through that really nice, you know, for doing art on wood. But I'm lazy and I don't want to drive home because I want to get this done. So I took a nail, put it in my vice grips, heated it up with the torch, and put it into the fabric and kind of burn it out. Adapt and overcome. It's good to be lazy sometimes because you just don't want to work that hard. So you come up with different ways, better ways to do something that you otherwise would either have to wait or not do. So I want to thank Country Prepper over there at Country Prepper channel and CP Kydex. Talked to him this morning, and I borrowed his idea for the ferrule rod. This sheath is going to have the holder. There we go. And I asked him if he didn't mind if I borrowed his idea. This is a piece of Kydex wrapped around and riveted and super glued because it's sticking to my hands. 5" by 1/2" ferrule rod. And this part is going to be on the sheath, and you can drop it in. So thank you for letting me do that, and if you guys haven't checked out Country Prepper's channel and CP Kydex, do it. I have the ability to build the sheaths out of Kydex, and so I do. I enjoy it and the whole thing, but if you don't, and you have a nice knife that you want an awesome Kydex sheath built for, contact Country Prepper. He does crazy good work. It's really cool stuff. Everything, you know, snaps in and locks and doesn't shake. And you'll be thankful that you did, because he knows what he's doing. I'm just an amateur playing around with this stuff, and I appreciate him letting me borrow this idea from my buddy's sheath. Boom. How easy was that? Are all about getting back or surviving different situations. There's Cody's, and there's mine. Lazy Man Prepper, out.